Black Zone Gathering. Let's jump right into it. So I am running out to where my guild has a territory, but before we do that, I'm going to show everybody. I often get asked, how do you get out of the portal town besides the safe portal without getting killed, chased, or otherwise harassed right outside portal? So when you're leaving and you're going up to the portal, stop by one of these and just pick up the potion. It silences you, but it turns you invisible for a certain amount of time. And honestly, I forgot to read the time count, but essentially you're immune to all damage, you are 100% invisible, and you cannot attack. So now you just take that, and if you're on a faster mount, you'll be able to get further with it. I am on a tier 7 boar, so I could get a sizable distance through the zones. So, gonna go ahead and just speed this up. I just wanted to show you guys how to get out of these portal cities without using the safe portal, without spending the money, especially if you're carrying a bunch of tools or full set of journals or something like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and speed up this little run, at least until I get out to the black zone and this falls off. Well, I'm already in the black zone, but until this invis falls off. Alright, so that full invis was able to get us through the first zone and all the way through the tunnel. We're going to keep pushing out to my guild's hideout zone. Of course, we'll stop for any goodies along the way, but not really seeing much right here. Of course, if you are in the black zone and your guild has a hideout that you have set as your home, and this only works if you've set it as your home, but you want to go to that hideout because it gets you an extra 6% to fame, and that includes gathering fame. So if you're fame farming to get to that next level, an extra 6% never hurt anybody. Quick little pit stop. You jump in, you can now see it. It says you feel rested. Oh, well now it's 5%. It was 6% literally just the other day. And I could have sworn it was 8% before, so it just seems to be lowering. It's probably based on, like, hideout strength. Let's see if this hideout's fed. Yeah, hideout's a little underfed, so it's probably based on its food level. That would make a lot of sense. Or its energy level. AO University. Pretty sure that's basically the new Ocular. Y'all remember Ocular? Oh, we'll stop. We'll get some of these. I'll fight that stuff along the way because there's always the chance that I can get a wolf and a moose baby drop. I do have tier 8 potions because the zone I'm going into is a tier 8 zone, so if I find a juicy treasure or just something juicy to begin with, I want to take it as fast as I can. So the gathering potions will definitely be a help there. Tier 6 ones are fantastic if you are just trying to get, you know, some tier 6, maybe even tier 7 depending on your spec. We're going to go check out this enchanted, well, that's chest spawned right there. We're going to check out this enchanted wisp if it's T7, take advantage of that. Sure isn't. We pop back out, and we get as far away from that chest as possible. Yep, see, problem. Big problem, but if he doesn't chase me, if he just tries to defend that chest, and my ally scares him away, I think he can attack me from up here. Perfect. My ally isn't going to dismount. He's not going to help. This guy is just being a problem. Ping some stuff on the map, see if my ally and my guildmate will actually do anything about it. The answer is no, so we're going to have to leave that be. The chest is unlocked. This is a tier 7 zone, really low enchant. Maybe somebody should, I don't know, take care of their territory. I'm just going to let that guy... I am going to go back a third time. I'm going to let that guy have his... Have his little chest. Let's backtrack one more time. Oh my gosh. This guy's ridiculous. Alright, no 7.2 for us. So let's finish our route, head to the tier 8 zone that we were going to. So out here, gonna start by stopping by territory, scrounge by that area, but of course there's 8.4 hide in 3.5 hours, so it's probably got a lot of attention on it. Another set of 8.4 hide, that's in 12 hours. Right there, we got a double super proc of tier 6 skin, so that's nice. If only it was 3.5 hours already. Look at that. Now, I've said it before on stream, but I definitely think that these hyenas should drop a baby. I think they should drop a wolf baby, honestly. They are the exact same as a wolf, just completely reskinned. This is not my hideout, I'm just fighting next to it. Now, I have a bad feeling about the outlook of this session, but, you know, let's stick it out to the very end and see how it goes. We are getting some really good luck. Speaking of luck. Not quite 7-2 wood, but almost as good. Probably, honestly, maybe better. Because it is skin. Thanks to my fully powered territory, this is a 22% enchant zone. And it shows, you know, with some 7-2. 7-2 fiber redeems the 7-2 wood that we lost. Very nice. And yeah, 6-2 skin beat out 7-2 fiber. So it probably also would have beat out the 7-2 wood. Now, the reason I said earlier that we were getting lucky is you notice we're getting really good gather bonuses. I mean, what's today's activity? Just cloth and leather shoes. So we are just getting really lucky on the double gather bonus proc. Because you'll notice on normal things, it's just an extra +1 on the gather bonus. With the skin, we are getting +2 occasionally, more often than usual. I'm going to disengage these cats real quick. Yeah, there's enemies all over the place. Ganking enemies, too. So, let's get to the territory. Another great thing about having a territory in the zone that you're gathering is that you have somewhere safe to dive into if you're being chased. Now, sure, they can, territory dive, but I think they made the change to where calming potions shouldn't affect this anymore. So they shouldn't be able to disengage the guards. Plus, I've got, some guildies here, so if I really needed help, I would be okay. That's the guy on the... Pretty sure that's the guy on the, like the white owl thing. With a little luck and hope, they don't bother me again. They're intimidated by my friends being near. Yeah, I'd really like to not lose all the goodies that we've already gotten, right? That would be fantastic. I will do a lap around the back of this dungeon area. Potentially super dangerous, but also potentially super profitable. I think a tier 8 mammoth has a chance to spawn back here. I'm actually going to reset, do that. So the trick with the poison, right? Activate it, then switch to invis, because it's long lasting, so then we can aggro. And now in 15 seconds, our invisibility's back up and we don't have to worry about switching. All that, another easy 100,000. Thanks to the books and the gathering pot, our starting value was around 1 million. So we're up about 780,000, and we're only gone through about 2/3 of a pie. And ladies and gentlemen, that is a mammoth. A really unfortunately placed mammoth. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna pop my potion. Pop one potion, switch back. Wonderful. Those 3 didn't take a full pot, so get some extra speed. But out of 3, I got 10. That's 110k. I'll come back for that tier 6, but it's shown that there's tier 8 out here, so I'm gonna do a whole lap. It appears the more open areas have already been picked through, so we'll go back to grabbing tier 6 stuff. You got to be careful with those gold portals. Now, I don't know all the strats. I don't know how gankers operate 100% of the time, but I'm pretty sure it's a very popular strategy where they will sit in the portal and they will wait for their scout to call out an easy gank. So always be wary of those, especially if they're close to where you're gathering. I heard combat over here, so I am a little wary. And first pie hasn't even finished. We're already up a 1 mil in materials. Oh, plus some books, some journals. Tier 7 and 8 stuff is great, but it's also great getting my enchantments, or not my enchantments, my spec up there. Keep an eye out for that guy. Wow. Oh, definitely a scout. Oh, 100% a scout. 100% a scout. 100% a scout. We need to run. We need to run. Don't go that way. Don't go that way. Warn my teammate. They might be flanking, though, because I stopped. We got out of there just in time. So we've officially started our second pie. We are up about 1.2 mil. Let's really try not to lose it. Now, unfortunately, this hideout is not my home, so if I wanted to go in here, I would have to channel. Not the most ideal escape method. Now, there's 16 to 30 people in the zone here with no red blob on the map. It might behoove me to move out of this zone, maybe back into the tier 7. Or it could be, you know, all my allies. That would be a nice thought, right? I'll do another wrap around the territory. From 7.3. Could have been us. Could have been us. They were not letting me mount up, were they? Whoa, 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 whoa! Looks like that is two separate groups of PvP going on. Absolute worst case, I can get out of this zone by recalling to my hideout that we were in, where I got the rested buff. I'm curious what this person's doing. Oh, well, I'm in danger. I will lead them to the fighting. They can scare away the bad guys. I think it's a good idea to go back to the tier 7 zone. We got some yummy T8. Fantastic day. Big win. Let's get out of the very spicy 16 to 30 area. Right into lovely 0 to 5. Isn't that fantastic? Well, will you look at that? 6-1 isn't much, but that is a nice 30,000. That's why you always check the ground loot. And of course, the bear stole my cape. Just for some gits and shiggles, I am gonna go check on that wood, that 7-2 wood that we lost out on. Oh, I was in a really different spot than I thought. Oh, it's not quite 7-2, but hey, it'll do. Thanks to the filled journals and one less gathering potion, I'd say we're over 2.6 estimated. Well, not over 2.6 estimated market value. I'd say 1.6 estimated profit or income or whatever term you want to use. But basically material value. I didn't think it would be enchanted. We saw the enchanteds in the other zone reset or cycled through, so I figured this one would lose it. But this is still really good value and really good towards the filling of the journal. Maybe this will give me a baby. I have to back off because that's right by a bridge. So he can walk across if he wants to. Alright, we were able to sneak a peek back and actually get all of that. Let's cross and go check out that wood spot. Stone, absolutely not worth dying for. 6.2 wood, I'm willing to take a little bit more risk. But with a guy on foot right there, I'm not willing to stand and fight the wolves. Now this area is going to be just full of tree nodes. So we're going to ignore all of them except the enchanted ones. And then if we've got some time after checking out the entire area, we'll come back and we'll get the normal ones. Oh, that would have been nice. All right. So we will work this and fill up the rest of this journal. Fighting on a slope is difficult. I gotta keep an eye out for that guy that just ran past. And we filled up both wood journals. So both fiber, hide, and wood journals have been completely filled. We got about 3.5 minutes left on our pie. Oh my goodness gracious. We finally got one, guys. We finally got a pup. Isn't it beautiful? I sure think it is. But with a few minutes left on our pie, let's start moving towards the portal city. Grab enchanteds or, you know, tier 6s along the way, but I'm like right next to the exit, so don't think we're really going to get that opportunity. Actually, start checking wisps as well. If we can get lucky, we can get a Breck portal, take us directly back to our stockpile. Yeah, that's just what I call rude, because now it's going to disengage. I could have killed him. Should have killed him faster. Here we go. This one won't lead us right into a bunch of enemies. It does have a broken road, so let's go check that. That just drops us somewhere else in the black zone. Might as well go back out. Honestly, 5-1 wood, not worth the risk. Not worth risking everything we already have. Though I will curve for that mist that I just passed. Okay, where is it? Am I crazy? Just another black zone, so we once again pull out. Gonna push past the hideout. I'm not gonna mess around in that camp, try to go for that chest. I'm just gonna push past it. Three for 3 on the unstable roads. Let's see if we can get at least one to send us somewhere we want to be. And that's probably one of the worst black zones we could have got sent to. Anything Sunfang is just, it's owned by the top guilds. Once I hit the tunnel, I'm not stopping for mist anymore. This will be the last mist we check. And 4 for 4 on the unstable roads. Oh, if this doesn't send me somewhere. Oh, and it sends me to the yellow zone. Oh, man. Okay. Oh, man. I'm not going to risk it. I'm going to teach proper risk management. We're going to sacrifice that epic wisp. The hardest choices require the strongest wills. So we are in yellow zone now. We can successfully hunt for a yellow zone mist to get back to Brazilian. May whoever stumble across that epic wisp find all of the glory of a T8 zone. All right, another successful session. Now let's get back to the chest so we can depot and see just how much we made. I reckon over 2.5 mil. Now let's see if that number adds up. All right, so starting out in our first stockpile with all the materials, we are at 75.6 million. And then in the second stockpile with all of the loot and journals and coin bags, we are at another 6.88 million. So total stockpiled, we have 82.48. So 82.48, that's basically mental math, 17.5 million until our 100 million goal. So let's go ahead and put everything where it belongs. First, actually, we put the tools away. This is for stream, so put tools, gathering pot, and unfilled journals. That means we made 2.62 million in this run today. 2.62 million session profit out of the black zone. I dare say that is my new favorite zone to gather in when I'm not being chased by 7 people. So, very good run. Let's go ahead and add everything where it belongs. So, materials first, as well as journals. And then the pup and boots. So, this whole time, this entire series, we've only gotten 2 pups. 2 direwolf pups. We've gotten how many cats? 22 cats. 2 direwolf pups. Fantastic. But 82.48 our starting value plus 2.62 our session profit equals 85.1 million. Ladies and gentlemen, 85.1 million, which means we are under 15 mil to get to our 100 million silver goal. Thank you all so very much for watching. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hype it up if you are watching on mobile. And I will see you guys next time.